Firstly, Australia were in control, then they were not, then they were back in control, and then they made a mess of it. India started the World Cup campaign on a convincing note. What an innings from KL Rahul and what an innings from Virat Kohli. To be honest, we are in for Virat Kohli masterclass this World Cup. Could be his last World Cup, and that was a great way to start the World Cup. I have with me, as always, Charbel, Australia fan. We are both up. It's almost 3 o'clock in Australia, in Melbourne and Sydney here. Just finished the game.
3:30.
3:30. Just finished the game. What are your first thoughts, Shabel?
Oh, let's erase that one from the memory as soon as possible.
Plus, you're also watching Arsenal as an Arsenal fan, so against Manchester City.
Mate, give me a break. Yeah, I mean, look, you say Australia had control for a little bit, but ultimately the better team quite comfortably won this game. And all the concerns I had about Australia heading into the tournament came to fruition in this game. Losing those quick middle order wickets, and then lacking some penetration there with the ball. That was quite concerning. So yeah, lots of work on, man. Some
Yep,
cracks there.
yep. And India haven't both the World Cups. I just heard on the commentary. Both the World Cups that India have won, they have beaten Australia in the earlier stages. So we could. I'm holding off
Decent omen.
anything that I can at the moment.
You don't want to be 5 for 3 again in a knockout, though.
Oh, definitely not. That was some harsh flashbacks there. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
to be honest, and I think it's a perfect perfect segue onto my next point. It's those were couple of rash shots from Ishan Kishan and
yeah,
Shreyas Iyer,
definitely.
and Ishan Kishan, you could, to be honest, I'm personally going to say I could understand, because it was up there to be hit. It was wide. It was full. The
Yep.
only the execution was poor. Except Shreyas
Mm.
Iyer, that was a poor shot. Coming in, he had to say take some time. It was a difficult pitch to start off. Once you
Yeah.
were, once you see off 10 balls, 15 balls, then you could start thinking about runs. Um, but I think it's too early. Obviously, it's hopefully it's a one-off from Shreyas Iyer at number four. If India has to go all the way, that number four and number five are super key. As KL Rahul showed today at number five, he's absolutely masterclass innings from him. And I think that's the thing when it comes to the top order. I think they have to put in the hard yards.
Mm.
If the pitch is difficult to bat on, just take your time, because you have the hitters,
Yep.
you have Hardik Pandya, you have even KL Rahul who can go at a fast pace in the last 10 innings, so last 10 overs. So there's no need to
Yep.
rush through your shots at the start.
Yep. Agree with you on the Shreyas. I shot hard pitch to play on the up, and to try it so early that was soft. And yeah, I agree with you. The number four spot is one they've got to nail. The number five spot is well and truly nailed. I've been waving the KL Rahul flag on Twitter for quite some time now, and I was surprised that to see some India fans doubt his spot in the one day format. He's nailed the number
Ah,
five position over the
yep.
last couple of years, and to think that he was not going to be picked in that Pakistan Super 4 game if
Mm.
Shreyas Iyer was fit. I think the team management there, they got lucky in the sense that Shreyas Iyer missed that game. KL came in after his injury, scored 100 in that game, and he hasn't looked back since. Today is not just the one-off from KL. He has played a number of gems at number
Oh,
five
absolutely, absolutely,
all year. There's
absolutely.
been
He
times
has.
he's walked in. There's been times he's walked in like today, under pressure, three down for not many, and just steadied the ship.
Yep.
How calm he looked today. I'm like, there was a lot going on, and I was feeling a bit confident, with the three quick wickets. But he showed that patience and that grit straight away, and that was really good.
Yep, and some of the innings that he has played this year have been absolute gems, and I think
Yeah,
it'll be a
definitely.
perfect way to end the year and end 2023. Get his hands on that World Cup trophy. I think that will be the icing on the cake for KL Rahul and for Virat Kohli and for most of the Indian team as well. Before we go on to what Australia did wrong, I just want to close off India and India's match with one positive, last positive is India's bowling. I think absolutely
Mm,
nailed the
definitely.
bowling. They did not give
Mm,
anything away to the Australian batters. They know Australian batters can do a world of harm if you miss even by 1 degree or 1 centimeter here and there. And everyone, Bumrah, Siraj, Kuldeep, Ashwin, Jadeja, Ashwin 5 years, no, he hasn't played a one day
mm,
for 5 years, and he comes in and straight away plays the first game of a World Cup against Australia, and what a masterclass from him as well. Absolute the scientist Ashwin. I think even Jadeja stepped up, everyone, and this needs
definitely.
to
Jadeja was
continue
great.
till the last game.
The fielding, shout out to the fielding as well.
Absolutely.
That was fantastic. The number of runs India saved and the intensity. I thought the field placements from Rohit in the first 10 overs, lots of balls going straight to fielders, building that pressure with that new ball. Australia couldn't get going. And then Australia really got stuck badly in that middle period there. And when we talk about where Australia went wrong, the concern I spoke to you in the World Cup preview in our last video is Smith and Marnus, how they're going to
Mm,
work together. And they got stuck. And it was a bit of a surprise for me, in particular, Smith, to see a lack of footwork from him.
yep.
He likes to get down the pitch. I was, was at a wedding tonight, and how rude of the couple to get married on this day, by the way. But anyway, I wish I was still there actually instead of watching that. But I caught a glimpse. I caught a glimpse of the game while we had our meals and all the speeches were happening, and wanted to get something a little bit more important. So I was watching the World Cup game, and I was surprised that we just didn't use our feet. It was quite passive the way we batted. And I understand it was a tricky pitch and against wonderful spin bowlers,
Yep.
but you've got to try take the game to the opposition and give yourself a chance.
Yep.
In saying
Absolutely.
that, getting to 200 from where we were, I thought it's defendable. But again, I spoke to you in the preview. We're short a spinner.
Mm.
We are short a spinner
L-
in our squad.
Look, I think what the real problem for Australia is, with Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins, the real problem is how do they rotate those bowlers? At the start the Hazelwood was bowling so well. It's that thinking from Cummins. Do I give him another over? Do I keep him for
This
for
is
later
another point I
on?
was going to go to. Yeah, the captaincy today, I thought, I've spoken before about the captaincy. Left a bit to be desired. I thought there
Yep.
was a few things. I know it's very, very hot, but Stark taking him off after 3 overs and Hazelwood taking him off after he had Kohli dropped,
Mm.
which was a massive turning
Oh,
point, by the way.
yeah.
Hazelwood was on fire, and that would have been 4 for 20 at that stage. And then he took him off.
Yep.
Maybe one more over there of Hazelwood, and I thought he brought on Zampa far too late. Zampa had a bad
Mm.
day, but he brought him on too late. The partnership was set, and I think the dew had set in a little bit by then, and Zampa was struggling for control. He brought him on. I don't know why he took so long to bring him on. He's our main spinner. He has a very good head-to-head record against both Virat and
Yes.
KL.
Yep.
So tactically, that decision makes no sense. You bring him on, I think, nearly at the 20th over
Mm.
when the two guys are set. So again,
That
what's the thinking there?
and again,
You know,
last, closing thoughts before we finish today, Charbel. Do you think Cam Green fits in here, or do you think they should go back to Marcus Stoinis?
yeah. Look, Cameron Green hasn't set the board a lot. I'm a big fan of his, but today, yeah, another difficult day in the office. Yeah, they probably might go for Stoinis. I think probably Stoinis offers a little bit more with the ball,
And I
but
think,
again, his,
and
his
you're
an issue
exactly
against
right.
spin.
You're exactly right, because I think
Yeah.
Stoinis has that a bit better experience in India, playing the IPL for a few
Mm.
years. He knows how
I'm
to
not sure if
roll.
Stoinis had an injury worry today. That's what I was hearing during the week, that he had a bit of an injury concern, so that's why he was left out. But I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah,
But I think we got South Africa next.
yeah, and
That's we saw what they did.
India got Afghanistan next on the 11th of October before
I
Pakistan
look
in the
at
big
India.
one.
They've got Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh in the next three games. If India play good cricket, I think they can win all three of those games, and you
Yep.
go 4-0, and you're 1 or 2 wins away from the semi. So India are in a good space. Um, But Australia, we've got, I think, what, South Africa next, and then I think Sri Lanka at Nuck now after that. So
Yeah.
we could easily be 0-3 if we don't get our act together. We have to bounce back really quickly.
Yeah.
That was a bit
Especially
of a
that
concern today.
South Africa game is going to be massive after what they did
That's tough.
yesterday. Um,
They look, South Africa as shown yesterday, they can concede,
yep.
but how are you going to keep them quiet?
Mm.
I thought Australia lacked penetration and ideas and anything in those middle overs today. If that happens again, Markram, Klassen, Miller, and co, they're going to take us to the cleaners.
I think the
Um,
sorry, we sent closing thoughts, but again, I just thought of this because the problem with Australia has
where do we?
been
Yeah,
that, they come out with plan A, plan B, plan C. Yes, that's fine. But if those three plans don't work, they don't have anything. They don't have a backup. They don't have,
but I don't like. I don't look for me. I haven't liked our tactics all year. I mean, there's been tactics across formats. I'd be like, what are you doing? Like again today, I'm talking to you about Zampa, talking to you about just the seamers, how you rotated the bowlers. Um, and look, I know the Mitch Marsh drop catch. I don't know what Kerry was doing there. He put Marsh off. That's under 10 stuff. You learn to call and get out of the guy's way. I know that catch could have changed the game. Would have been 4 for 20 and
yeah.
Virat gone. But the cracks are still there for Australia. The way we bat in the middle, the manner in which we lose wickets quickly.
Mm,
When I told you in the preview that if someone says Australia won't make the semi-finals, I'd be like, I'm not too shocked at that statement. I'd be like,
yep.
okay, what are your reasons? But Australia can definitely miss the semis because
Yep.
we've got cracks we need to get right.
Yep.
We need to win the next game. I think if we go 0-2, we go into a little bit of a difficult situation. I know there's a lot of games, but there's a lot of competition for spots.
Yep.
South Africa have started well, and Pakistan are thereabouts, and New Zealand are doing well, and England is still a factor. And so there's a lot of teams there looking for those top four spots. You haven't got a lot of room for error.
Yeah. Well, before closing, we saw an absolutely village club cricket move from Rahul there, trying to get it to his 100 when 5 runs were remaining. Tried hitting a 4 and
Nice.
was going for a 6, but the ball just came out of the sweet spot and just went over covers for
Yeah,
6, and
he was disappointed with that.
he was
It's the first
disappointed.
time I've seen
But
it. It's the first time I've seen a play
but
disappointed with a
that
six.
was just fun. I think it was a convincing way to end the game. It was satisfying, and I think India has certainly set the tempo for the World Cup, and I'm
Definitely,
excited for the things to come ahead, and hopefully Australia get their act together as well. Because
definitely. Congratulations to India.
it's not a World Cup if Australia is not competitive. So hopefully
I
they
think there'll
get
be
their
a
act
number
together.
of teams will be happy if Australia are not there at the
Yep.
end. That's for sure.
Yep.
But look, congratulations to India. Virat Kohli, outstanding after that drop catch, in total control, and KL as well.
Absolutely.
Amazing, and followed up a very good bowling performance. So
Yeah, absolutely.
very solid start for you guys.
Yep. Well, thank you, Charbel. It's been a pleasure, and it's been a quick review of the India Australia game. India starting the World Cup with a bang. Hopefully they can keep up. Hopefully Australia can come back from this. We'll be here doing this again after the India Afghanistan game, India Pakistan game. We'll be doing the regular podcast as well. So keep listening. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you all. Thank you, listeners. Have a good night. Stay safe and take care.